All right, a Breakfast Television exclusive pointing to the growing problem of balcony fires in Toronto, sparked by cigarette butts tossed from upper units. Mel?
That's right, Kev. So far this year, there have been 27 such fires, 2 more than all of last year. Our Tammy Sutherland is investigating this hazard for us this morning. A big problem, Tammy.
It is, and Toronto Fire confirming those numbers for us this morning. You can see that is the aftermath of a fire here on Monday afternoon near Dunn and Queen in the Parkdale area. It was a fire that was started likely by a cigarette butt that was flicked off of someone's balcony. It started on the 8th floor and then spread to the 9th and even sent one person to EMS, at least for smoke inhalation as well. Now, it is a growing problem in the city, as you mentioned, Melanie. And of course, here in Toronto, condo dwellers and anyone who lives in an apartment building may not be too surprised by these growing numbers. And it's what you keep on your balcony as well that can be even fueling a fire when you don't even know it. Now, again, there have been 27 fires that have been linked to cigarette butts being thrown off of balconies. 25 happened in all of last year. We're only 5 months into 2017. Speaking about what can fuel fires, we spoke to Frank earlier this morning about the fact that even plants can turn out to be fire spreaders.
This is called potting soil. Potting soil is a soilless mix. It's made up of peat moss. Peat moss is just really little fibers of soil that are broken down. So if that's dry, that is really just a fuel for fire. So it'll smolder, slowly, just kind of smolder in there. And then once it connects with the pot, if it's a pot that's plastic, it will then burn. So if you're a good gardener and you've watered your containers, you have nice moist soil, you have no fear. However, if that's a pot that's been left from last season, it's dry, that is a fire source that, if connected with the plastic, will then all of a sudden go poof and cause a big problem.
Some fire prevention tips as well for smokers. Of course, never put butts in potted plants. Extinguish in non-flammable pots and ashtrays using sand only. And for non-smokers, do not use your balcony as storage space at all. Water plants regularly. Remove dried or dead plants from your balcony as well. Now, later today, Toronto Fire is expected to hold a news conference at 10 o'clock to address this issue. Of course, we'll have all of the information on citynews.ca as well as on City News tonight at 5 and 6. Mel, I'll send it back to you.
All right, Tammy, thank you so much for that story. And to some breaking international news now. ISIS claiming responsibility for simultaneous suicide and gun attacks in Tehran this morning. One still an ongoing hostage situation at the Iranian parliament. The latest information is that at least 1 guard and 6 people killed at the parliament early today while the chamber was in session. That attack reportedly carried out by 4 gunmen. It included a suicide blast. 4 hostages are now being held with security forces surrounding the building and closing all of those entrances and exits. The second attack was at the mausoleum of Ayatollah Khomeini, Iran's revolutionary leader. Reports of at least 1 person killed there, with 3 or 4 gunmen and 1 detonating a suicide belt. The latest news is that Iranian security forces stopped a 3rd attack, and residents of the capital are being told to avoid public transit. We'll continue to follow this story throughout the morning. And we have some breaking news out of London. The death toll from the terror attack now at 8 after authorities found a body in the River Thames. It's believed to be that of a French man who had been missing since Saturday's tragic attacks. Scotland Yard confirming the body was found last night. While the body has not been formally identified, police believe it is Xavier Thomas, a 45-year-old who was on the London Bridge at the time of the attack and was thought to have been thrown into the River Thames. Police made another arrest this morning in connection with the attack.